All right, welcome back to Danscope Traders App. Good morning, everyone. Yes, as usual, this is not as usual. Today is a Monday, the 28th of July 2025. Yeah, so now we get into the analysis as usual, and of course, you know how we do this. You know the drill. We start with a prayer and then get started with the analysis. So let's pray. Father, we give you praise. We love you. So thank you for today. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercies upon our lives. Thank you for bringing us back to this analysis session. It's a Monday. We are starting a new week. We know that in this very week we are ending this month and starting a new month. We know that you're giving us a good ending of this very month, and you're giving us even a better start of a new month. We say thank you, Lord. Thank you for last week's profits. Thank you for today's profit and this week's profit in us, Lord, because we know that you want us to have a good success, not a bad success, Lord. We say thank you, Lord. We give you praise. We love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so as usual, we start with Crush 500. So I hope my sound is clear. You guys, you can let me know in the comment section down below and let me know if my sound is clear. And as usual, we start with Crush 500. Let's start analyzing. We get into this Crush 500. All right, so on last week, which was the last time we came here, was on Friday. So what did we how had we analyzed this? So this was Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday, yeah, it was I told you to leave it alone, so it was not having a clear structure. So I told you guys we can leave it alone, and that's what we did. So apparently today we can clearly see that from yesterday we had that kind of a structure. Yes, of course, on Saturday we saw a breakout structure right there. That was a breakout structure according to H1. Again, according to H4, that was also a breakout structure. According to daily time frame, it was not a breakout structure. So daily time frame gave us a lower low here. Now it's looking for a lower high to go back up, then it can come down for a new lower low, or once it fails to give us a new lower low, that means we'll be starting with the buys. But I want to show you on H4 what we currently have. That is sort of a change of character right about there. We need a confirmation of it. So how do we confirm this, that it is a change of character? When price goes up and then reacts back to a certain area, certain fair value gap, and then we make our entries. That's how we confirm that that's a reversal signal or a change of character. So for us right now, there's no business we have with this asset. We don't have any business with it. But I want to show you this, that in as much as we are trying to wait for buys, things can even change and we continue selling. Why am I saying this? It's a tricky asset. One. Number two is this is a pennant right here. This right here is a pennant, and knowing that it is a pennant, it can just give you a fake breakout right about there where we are currently, and then get us back into sales. That is how pennants work sometimes. So it can fake you, showing you a fake change of character here, only to be a fake breakout up there to come and continue with the buys. And of course, you know the buys will be coming all the way right here. That will be the target. That will be the target right about there. So for now, I don't have any business with Crush 500 unless the change of character on H4 is confirmed. So this is a no-go again. Now I can delete that I can remain with that. That can also remain. Yeah. So for now, no business with this asset at all. Let's go to Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So with Boom 1000, we saw Friday is here. Let's see, Friday. Alright, so Friday, this is today, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we were here, and we actually made that money. So congrats to all that made this money on Friday with us. Those who are on VIP signal platform, you know that I shared that signal of a sale of Boom 1000, and we made that money. So I hope you enjoyed that Boom 1000. It was having a low momentum, but it reached our TP, and we grabbed that money. So right about now, we grabbed that money. Why? Because we knew price was coming all the way here. That is what we wanted. So once it failed to give us that kind of thing and broke out here, I told my guys immediately, let's make an entry. So we entered, and you can see what happened. Price came, broke out there, came and tested all the way back to that order block, didn't reach the fair value gap though, and then continued. That was on Saturday, continued with the sale, because sales were supposed to continue. Yeah, sales were supposed to continue. That was the analysis all along. So now that we know that, we see what happened on Saturday and Sunday. Now we can head back to today. So this is H4. H4 has reached a retracement level, which is on CCI right here. And now, clearly, if you see the structure we have currently, we are sort of seeing a reversal signal right about there. Why? Because price has hit our TP. Remember, guys, I told you it's going to sell to come all the way to the breaker block. It has reached that breaker block. That is a line I drew last week. I think on Wednesday something. Yeah. So now we can first go back here, and we delete some of these that we no longer want to use. So we can delete everything right here. Everything right here. That TP has been reached. This has also been reached. That can go. So delete. All right, perfect. So remove history. Now let's look at H4. So H4, we have our break of structure right about there. I mean, our change of character sort of signal. It's not yet confirmed, but you clearly see the structure that is being formed. If I go to H1, the change of character is already confirmed on H1. This was supposed to be our entry right there, but I'm going to be patient and wait for the one on H4. A retest on H4 will be giving me my entry for the buys, because now this is what I anticipate price to come around there, and then it comes and fakes us out to come all the way down here. This is what I'm anticipating. It can easily fake us to come all the way down here, or even down to this order block. Once it reaches there, then the buys come in. I'm doing this depending on what I'm seeing on H4. You can easily do this and then push us back into buys, push us into buys again according to daily time frame. We go back into the buys according to daily time frame. Yes, we left liquidity here, which was never tapped on according to H4 and daily. If I can do that, you'll see all these are the levels So we left that liquidity there, which was never tapped. That is a valid order block according to daily time frame, where this buy momentum started from. So what we need is price to actually come all the way back here, but according to daily time frame, it's kinda out of the picture. We will see about that, but for now, all I need is this kind of a move. I'm not saying it is a must to come here. It can easily come back here and give us an entry. It can even come back all the way here and give us an entry. So those are our levels. We are not market movers, so you need to know that you only anticipate, and then once the market gives you several confirmation and you are okay with the confirmations you've seen, you make your entry. There's nothing precise here that you can say it has to, it's a must. No. You're not a market maker. We just follow the markets and we see how we can anticipate our short moves since we are day traders and make that money. All right, so enough of boom 1000. So I need, if I see an entry for the buy, I will enter. For the sell, I will enter the sell, but knowing that anytime from now we will be looking for buys, because H4 is sort of going to be giving us a buy signal, a buy signal if it comes all the way here. But if it comes all the way here and breaks this level and also breaks this level, you know that it's going to be going all the way back down below to look for this liquidity, to look for this order block where this momentum started from, where this the buy momentum or the buy move started from. All right, enough of that. Let's leave it at H1. Let's go for boom 500. Let's go for boom 500. Boom 500. All right, so with boom 500, boom 500, boom 500. Let's go to H1. H1 on yesterday, which is Sunday. Yesterday, we see that is what happened, but then where did we stop at? We stopped at Friday, so Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we were looking for this sell, and I just felt bad. No, wait, I did not enter this. No, we entered. I was going to worry. Yeah, we did enter. So congrats to those that made money on boom 500 on Friday. Yeah, remember, let me show you how we anticipated that, because you guys remember what we had already talked about. So let me first remove history. I will show it to you later. Remember, we had this. So I told you we are in a downtrend, and price is giving us, of course, we all know that downtrend is lower lows and lower highs. So it had given us a lower low here. So the anticipation here was a buy to give us a lower high. So when it reached that breaker block, I clearly told you that we are going to sell to look for a new lower low, and that was the target right there. And eventually it reached it. It reached it, I think, on Saturday. Let me see. Go to H1. Yeah, I think it was on Saturday. It reached it on Saturday. But for us, we had already gotten our tight entry right about here. Let me show you the history. That was where we sold from. And of course, it took me out in profits, my SL in profits. Yeah, but my TP was here. My TP was supposed to be here. So when it made this short retest, it took me out and continued to sell. Then again retested on Saturday, then continued to sell and even exceeded our TP. Now from this angle here, if you can clearly see my previous analysis, it was like this. Then we look for buys. You can see the analysis right there. So if you guys followed my analysis on Saturday, and Sunday, you should have made that buy and you should be in money right now. So we see that is currently what is happening. So now I can delete everything right here. This has already been hit. This cannot again work out, so we can delete that. So currently we are looking for this move, so I can now delete it and then push this around here. I actually can put it on, so we are looking for something like that. Now, in knowing that we are looking for something like that, we can now just delete this. I want to draw this. That is sort of a resistance right about there, and down here below we have a support. So here it will clearly tell you that we are having a channel. So price, this price has been moving within a channel according to H4. We haven't seen any break-offs, we haven't seen any change of character, but remember, according to daily, this was just a pullback. According to H4, we wanted to grab liquidity of this fair value gap, and we did. Now we can delete this. Now go to daily time frame. We had this kind of a structure, and price, looking at that, price came to that OB right there, reacted to that OB right there, and now it is still in a downtrend according to daily time frame, but remember, it had not given us a change of character, so anything can happen where we are. Anything can happen where we are. Let me first go to weekly. Yeah, I need sales, so we still need sales according to daily time frame and H4. I mean, according to daily time frame and weekly, but according to H4 we need buys, and these buys are going to be like a retest according to daily time frame. So it means that we have this option, price to come back to that daily order block, then we come in with sales according to daily and weekly time frame. All right, so now that we know that, we can get back to H. Let's go to H4 and we see what is happening. So price is above our 10 MA, but then we have, like I told you, we have a resistance trend line right there, and price hasn't broken it, so it tells us that we are still going to come again into sales according to H1. So we are anticipating currently sales right here to come all the way down. So I can delete this, I can bring this right here, and it can still go all the way down, and I'm anticipating this kind of a move. So for now, this is what I can see. This is what I'm seeing, price to come all the way down below. So if I go to M15, I'm already looking for sales. So why can't we enter now? Why can't we enter? When is the H4? The next H4 is starting in 1 minute. The next H4 candle is starting in 1 minute. So we need to see how this candle closes. If you clearly see, that is equal highs right there. Those are equal highs right there. That gives me a double bottom. That gives me a double top. That gives me a double top. So what am I going to see? How can I put my stop loss. So I'm going to do this. I've never done this before. I'm gonna try this for the first time, and I will enter now, and I'll be putting my stop loss above there. But that is even too far. That is even too far, because if it breaks out, it means it will be coming back inside. I mean, if it breaks out, it means it will continue with the buys. But then if we are good with the sell here, then there's nothing that will hold us back. Right here we see something like a change of character, but it's not. It's a weird one. It's not. Is it coming from any support? Not really. It's sort of weird. So how do I deal with this? I'm gonna enter sales. Yeah, guys, I'm going to enter with sales right now. I'm going to put my stop loss above there, and that equal with this kind of candlestick right here. That's the order block. I mean, that's a stop loss where I'm going to put it. So enter with 0.5, then we make our sell entries right about there. Put my stop loss right here. I'll be risking what, about $17. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for my TP all the way here. So this is for the whole day. You need to know this. You can look for your TP, your first TP here, your second TP, your first TP around there, then your second TP around here. Yeah, so for now, that's what I'm going to be looking for. All right. I think that's it for Boomer 500. That's Boom 500. Now we can head back to we can go to V25S. V25S. So Volatility 25S. What is up? What is happening? Sunday. This was Sunday. This was Saturday, Friday. So Friday we wanted buys, but then price broke structure. Now this is where sometimes we are misled by fakes. Like this was a fake change of character right here, and the only problem I think I didn't wait for buy candle to come through. So I was waiting. I was anticipating a sniper entry as a confirmation of change of character. So that was supposed to be giving us buys, but then it was a fake change of character, and that's how we lost money right here. That's how we lost money right there. Those were my stop losses, and I was taken out. But of course, we first, played around in profits right there, then it came back and took us out. So I was holding. For some good hours we were in. For some, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours we were in profits, and then later it reversed and took us out. So right now I can remove all that and delete that, because this never happened. Of course, we wanted a retest there, then we continued sales. So we got a breakout, retested several times. On Saturday, that's where we had a good entry for the sales, but still you can see the sales were a bit slow, no momentum. You can see it was a struggle for them to continue. Yeah, you can see from the structure of candles right there. But of course, H4 will show you something like that. So once it gave us that retest on Saturday, we saw the break of structure again, and That is a break of structure. So price has given us a lower low right about here. He gave us a lower low, and then we went into buys, came back down, and now this can be considered as our change of character right now, right about there. That can be considered as a change of character. So if I go to H1, we see this H1, right? So H1, okay, this is a bit weird. So we have our change of character on H1. Price is moving, but look at the momentum. So something like this, I don't waste my time on it. Yeah, until it makes a pullback to confirm the change of character, then I can anticipate buys. But until then, I have no business with this. If you can look at H4 on the CCI, you see that it is oversold. If you go to H1, it is oversold, it's looking for buys. If you go to M15, it is overbought, it's looking for sells. So until M15 gets to oversold to give us an entry for buys, I can't trade this asset. I can't trade this asset. So that is it. That's it. I don't have any business with this asset for now. I just have to hold on and wait for this to happen, because from what I see here, let me show you this actually on M15. This is what is likely to happen. This is what is likely to happen. Price is likely to come back here and then give us the buys according to M15, and then it gives us the buys. It's likely to come right here, and then it gives us the buys. So if it does that, then you know that we will be ready. It may, once it does this, it may not even give us this move. It may actually continue like that, but we need it to do that. So for now, no business with this asset. So, but if it does continue buying right here, then you know it can give you that, then it makes this pullback, then this can actually remain. So for now, no business with V25S. If I see on M15, I need sells. If I see on M5, I need sells. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for. All right, that is enough on V25S. Let's now head over to V75. So V75, we saw V75 we saw on Sunday. This was Sunday, this was Saturday, this is Friday. So Friday, let's look at Friday. So Friday let's see, Friday. All right, yeah. So Friday we wanted this kind of a sell, but we already knew this kind of structure that we were going to break out and continue with the buys right about there. I think I did this analysis on Saturday. I did this, was it Saturday? It was this morning. Yeah, because this here we never had that on Friday. So this was Saturday, Sunday. So it means I brought this line later. So let's look at what we had on Friday. So Friday, pull back there, we wanted sales. So the sales came through. Did we enter them? Not really, we never came, but it responded to our analysis right about there. So now I can delete this, all that, We can delete them right there. Delete. So this structure, it was a clear continuation of buys. So we saw that it happened all the way up there. That was on it reached that target on Sunday. Yeah, it reached that target on Sunday. Yes, I've remembered I made this analysis on Saturday night. That's when I made this analysis right here, and I knew that price was going there. So Friday night, sorry, I made that analysis on Friday night. And then Saturday it broke out, because Saturday I was very busy. I wasn't in any charts the whole day. So went all the way to hit our target. That was yesterday, and now it even broke that level. You can see after reaching the target, retested a bit, then continued with a new higher high. So as we clearly see right where we are, price has come back to that order block, but it's likely to break it. So now all this is not necessary. We can delete all that, delete everything there. Let's go to H4. So when we go to H4, what is happening? So H4, it is looking for a retest, so we are likely to consolidate here today. It can even go give us this up to here in this consolidation. It can keep playing within here, and then after that we will see buys continue. We will see buys continue according to H4. Now I want to remind you that okay, so I want to remind you about this order block where this buy momentum started from. That is one. You need to know that. I want to see this. This is a weekly, this is a daily support, so I can now delete it. Already we know it is there, so we already know it is there. So we know that buys are on according to daily, according to H4. So buys are on. There's nothing that can hold buys. So all we need is M15 to confirm the buys, and I believe where we are, it is confirming the buys. Where we are, it's confirming the buys where we are, but we need a better one, because you can see this momentum right here. It is not that much, so we can't just rush into buys now. If you do enter buys, that means you will have to put your stop loss all the way down below this order block to be safe. You will have to put your stop loss all the way down to this order block to be safe. If you do that, and then you come in with the buys, because now we are going to be coming from either there or here to get a new higher high according to H4. I think that's it for now. Delete this. I think that's it for me right here. This is it. I can't add anything to this. We need buys both on H4 and M15, which is a good thing, and that's what we have to wait for. So according to H1, it's going to consolidate right here between these levels until it reaches the retracement level right here, until it reaches probably this retracement level on CCI. Once it does that, then we know that buys will be coming in anytime. So today we may see only consolidation, depending on the momentum that will stay in the market. All right, now let's head over to jump 50. Let's head over to jump 50. Jump 50. So J50, looking at H1, Friday, this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday it had a low momentum. I remember telling you guys it failed to give us a pullback so that we can enter this sell. So we didn't do much on Friday, so we never entered it. Yeah, so that one I can't say much to it. So it reached all the way to the TP, to our TP that we wanted. Then Saturday came and the buys started immediately. Saturday came, buys started immediately. I wanted a pullback here, never happened according to the analysis I made on Friday night. Yeah, it didn't happen. Then what happened? All this can now go. It consolidated here, consolidated for some good time actually, if you can see that. And these structures, I've been talking about them for quite some time. I've been talking about these structures for quite some time, that when you see a structure like this in an uptrend or in a downtrend, you know that this represents continuation of the previous trend. So this is going to happen without a doubt. This is going to happen. So what do I know now? All I need is an entry for the continuation of buys right here, right there. Has it touched to this level yet? It has not touched that order block, but it's likely to touch it. If it fails, then it will have reacted to this fair value gap right here, which will give us still an entry. So now if I go to H4, I need sales, and we see price reacted to that fair value gap right there, and this was our change of character right here. But then this move right here, okay, let me first know this. Maybe it is following this one right here to there. Let's see. Yeah, it is following that. So what is going to happen? I still need buys according to H1. According to H4, I need sells. According to daily time frame, I need buys. So that tells me that I need buys for now. That tells me I need buys for now. So what am I going to do? I'm going to wait for a pullback here to get a confirmation on M15. You can see I'm going to get a confirmation on M15, and then we are going to enter this buy. We're going to enter this exact buy to push us right there. And then we can start to sell according to H4 once we are there. Once we are there, that's how we are going to deal with this asset. So can we enter? No, not yet. Can we enter on M5 according to M5? Not yet. We are not yet having a confirmation, so we need to wait for a reversal probably in M5, and then we can make this entry. But we are going to get into buys today according to this structure. All right, so that is enough on J50. If you're trading J50, know that you're going to be looking for buys. Something else interesting is that, let me show it to you right there. I love using trend lines because they give me a clear picture of what to anticipate. So I love using trend lines. So right there gives you a glimpse of what is likely to happen. Price can first go there up and then come down. Price can first go there up right there, and then it comes down again, and then we get to reach our possible entry for the buys. All right, so just wait for that kind of a thing, and then you make that entry. But wait, because we can actually enter this buy once we have a confirmation on M5. Price is above our 10 MA, which is a good thing, but looking at M1, so it's likely to come back down. So just wait a minute before you can engage into buys. All right, that is enough on jump 50. Let's now head over to jump 25. J25. So J25 on Friday, let's see, Friday, let's see, this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we wanted a pullback before we can come in with sells, and we never saw a pullback. And I think I had made an entry. I was looking at a sniper entry for this kind of a retest. I remember telling the VIP that this is just a retest trade, yeah, but it took us out. I told you once it breaks this fair value gap, then the sales are going to continue. Those who remember on VIP, yeah. So we made a loss there, but of course, boom 500 and these the boom 1000, they recovered that loss, yeah. So for now, we can delete this right here. This now doesn't help us because it was never respected. Now we can go to H4. So we wanted this kind of a pullback, and actually the pullback is happening now. The pullback is just happening, and it is happening according to H4. Are we ready to enter that sell? Not really. We actually supposed to be looking for some buys. So I can wait for some buys here on M15. Yeah, I can actually trade this on M15, wait for some buys right here, and then come in with buys to push me again up. Why are we still looking for buys? It's not yet ready to start sells. Yeah, it's not yet ready to start sells. So that's what we will be anticipating. Something is still weird. I just don't know what. So it's likely to come to these equal highs right there, before we can come in with our sells according to H4. It is likely to first do that right about there. I don't see any liquidity left back here, so it's weird. Daily we're supposed to be looking for buys, but then there's no liquidity up there. But this is a strong support. That's why we even started the buys. Yeah, but then H4 is over. H4 is oversold, overbought, and that's why we started sales. So that's a challenge. That's what we are having as a challenge. In fact, I can actually do this right here. Let's see if this can give us what we are looking for. Let's see. Low, high, low, high, low. Sales are likely to continue. We're likely to get into sales. But only after when M15 has first gone back up to those highs. Yeah, that's for sure. So we can take advantage of M5 and M15. Once M5 gives us an entry for the buys, you enter knowing that you are trading according to M5 and M15 to look for that kind of a buy. That's how we're going to only trade today this asset. So until it reaches there, when it reaches up there, take your profits, wait. If we get a breakout, then the buys will continue. If we fail to get a breakout, know that sales are coming in, because according to H4, we still H1 we need buys, but according to H4 we need sales. According to daily time frame, we need buys. So that's what you need to know. Yeah, so for now, leave it at M5 because I need it to reach here. Then I can come in with my sell buy entries. J10 is our second last asset. We still have about 6 minutes. We are late. So J10, excuse me. This one, I remember telling you that this one is a no-go because it never had any retests. It was straight moving into sells. Yeah, we missed that entry there on J10, and since then we never got a chance to actually enter that sell again. We never got that chance. So go to H4, you can see how it sold without looking back. That is how J10 went. It didn't give us any pullbacks so that we can enter ourselves. Yeah, so for now I can't we missed that move. So for now, actually, let me first see. This is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we were supposed to enter immediately when it broke this support on H1, but then I feared to enter because of this other conference area right about there. So I thought when it reaches there it would give us some pullback after breakout probably. We never saw any, so that's where the challenge came in. I couldn't enter just like that. But if I had entered right here, this was some good money for 3 days. In fact, if you count even Friday, those would have been 3 days. Yeah. All right, so enough of that. Let's now look at today, and let's see what is happening in the world of J10. So go to H4. This order block was never respected, so we can delete it. We actually got a break of structure according to H4 and daily time frame right about there. We got a break of structure, and it has even broken our weekly support. That's how serious it was. It has broken our weekly support, the level, as you can see right there. So as we currently looking, I can't say nothing here, so I can't tell you to look for buys. We may see consolidation. If we see consolidation, that will be a good thing according to H4 and probably daily time frame, because we all need buys, but we have a break of structure. If we see a consolidation and it makes weekly time frame to be oversold, that will be a good thing for us to anticipate buys. But until then, I have no business with this asset. We can trade it, of course, on lower time frames like M15 and M5 when you're scalping. Like for now, M5, that is a break of structure, a change of character, so you know that it's going to sell, so you can wait for something like that and enter your sales according to M5. But if you can't trade on M5, then I cannot advise you to try to trade this asset now. But M5, you're going to see this kind of a trade without a doubt. It's gonna come. So I have no business with this asset, but I can wait for this kind of trade on M5 and come with a sell to push me back to this conference area. Lastly is gold. So let's analyze gold, and we call it a day. All right, so gold, let's look at gold. So Now on gold, we wanted Friday. We never got any entry for us to make a sell. Yes, I didn't trade it. When I missed this kind of entry to sell, I did not enter it again because it kept on moving into the sell. But now look at this. We have a channel which is a daily kind of channel, and now price came to it. Price came to that channel, as you can see right there. So price came to that channel, and then it gave us a breakout. In fact, that breakout was on let's see, that breakout was on Friday. Yeah, the breakout was on Friday, and as we see now, price is trying to get back inside. And this very analysis, I made it today morning. These two trend lines, they signify sort of a continuation of the previous trend, which will be now a sell, but the fact that we are oversold on H1, we may actually see a fake breakout just inside before the sales can continue according to H4, and of course according to H4, and then we can come in with the buys according to daily time frame later. So for now, how are we going to trade this? Now let me see. I want to confirm M15. So M15 says sells. M15 says sells are on. Sells are on. Weird. M15 says sells are on. Yeah. Then H1 we need buys. Price is below a 10 MA, which cannot confirm that we need buys. That will be sells. We need sells on M15. We need sells on H4. But we cannot just continue with sells like that. Yes, we have a breakout on that trend line, that support trend line right there. We should be looking for sells. Something is weird here. Now, most of the times, you know, guys, I tell you about AMD, and this may be one of those situations right here. This may be one of those situations to give us a fake push back into that rising wedge, which will be a manipulation move back inside, and then later sales come in according to H4. This is one of those situations, I believe. Yeah, but I can't confirm it right now until we have more data right today. So right now I can't do anything. So this can go now, and we wait on what is going to happen. This can be our accumulation level, which is happening currently. It can keep on consolidating within here, and then later we will see sort of like a breakout, which can even happen in the New York market, which can even happen in the New York market. So we may not see much of movements in this London session, but we may see this manipulation move in the New York, and then later we come in with sells. This is what I can say. Why am I saying this? If I go to H4, this is where we have our breaker block. So it has given us a lower low. It is likely to give that as a fake breakout to reach that breaker block, and then we continue with the sells just like we already want. So this move that I had put to go back all the way back to that fair value gap, we are likely not to see it. So just trade knowing that the buys are likely to happen today before the sales come in strongly. So know that and wait patiently. don't do what? Force any trade. If price, on the other hand, if price breaks this support trend line on this level, then you can enter your sales, because that will be an indication that sales are going to continue without giving us a pushback or a pullback into the structure, into that rising wedge. All right, that's it. Let's do a recap and then we call it a day. Recap. Oh guys, we are finishing the month this week, so I'm just making an official announcement that a VIP Signal platform is open for subscription now. You can subscribe. The information is on your screen, and you can do that. And of course, also the registration for the class is also officially open. You can register for the August class, and you join us and learn how I analyze and learn the way I trade, all the strategies that I use to analyze and trade. All right, so we started with Crash 500. So like I told you, this is seen as a pennant, but before that it is a change of character right here. If I can remove that, that is a change of character. But if we can't confirm it, you cannot enter your buys. If it doesn't retest here and gives us a confirmation of entry, you can't just enter. We've seen many scenarios where market gives you a fake change of character and you just enter, and only to continue actually going down. So you don't need to do that again. You can just be patient. When it gives you a pullback, then you make an entry. Yeah, but for now we are likely going to see the confirmation and we can enter the buys. But then on the other hand, this is the flip back of this, is that if you see this becomes like a pennant, and if that becomes a confirmed pennant, this will be just a fake breakout all the way up to only later continue with sales. Why? Because daily time frame still looks for sales, so you need to understand that. And the other reason is we had already seen the break of structure on the weekly time frame and even on the daily time frame, so that's why the sales are still on. The trend is still a sell. We haven't gotten a reversal to get into an uptrend, so sales are still the main the overall trend. Boom 1000, we need that, then a pullback, then we can enter buys. But I've told you also this has a flip back. I told you we are not market makers. Yes, this change of character is seen on H4, even on H1, but remember, if M15 is doing exactly what we are seeing on H4, then you know that this is going to be just a fake break, a fake change of character. So the sales are continuing all the way to this order block. So don't try to enter here when price reaches this level, because this is likely to be that kind of scenario I've told you about, leaving you a fake change of character. So you need to understand that. So let's wait, because that sell is actually happening. This sell is actually going to happen. M5 is selling, M15 is selling, so how can I enter this kind of a sell? Because from what I'm seeing, the sales are continuing down. Let's just give it a moment. Let's just wait for it. Yeah, boom 500. Yeah, we are in profits. I told you that we entered boom 500. So those who were online, we are already in profits. Why did we enter? Because price had reacted to that resistance trend line, and it had given those equal highs right there, and that was a confirmation for us to make the sells. So we are already in profits. So congrats to those that entered. So let's continue and see how it's gonna work out. So for now, let's leave it in. Remember I told you I've decided to put my stop loss there. I've just used the length of this candle to just calculate my stop loss right above there. So that's why I've put my stop loss all the way above there. But now we are in profit, so hold on and see if we can still make this money just like we did on Friday. Remember, today it can easily give us the buys, but these buys they will be according to H4. These buys will be according to H4. Yeah, so just wait, because M15 we are selling, H1 we are selling. Let's wait and see. If we have a breakout here, know that you can immediately close your trades, because once we have a breakout above this trend line, that will be signaling that buys have started. So before they start, we are selling. But if we have a breakout here on this resistance trend line, then know that we have started buys. Close immediately, and we start to we wait for a retest, or we enter actually buys, because we are anticipating buys to reach all the way there. Then we can come in with sales later still. V25, yeah, we need a pullback to reach here, and then we can enter this kind of a buy. So for now, wait for it to reach this order block. Wait for it to reach this order block. We are going to enter this buy on M15. Volatility 75 is still a no-go for us. We are still anticipating, consolidation right here. So, but I told you on M5 you can wait. You can actually wait for not this one. Actually, it was not this one. It was another one. So this one is a no-go for us until we have a clear structure here. Probably something like this structure. We can't do anything about this asset. We need buys, but H1 may first push us into a consolidation. Yeah, J50, we need price to reach here, then we can enter buys to get us all the way up there. But until then, we have no business with it. J25, it has reached our entry point. Can we enter? No, we need a reversal signal on probably M5, because we are going to enter this short buy or code according to M15. Yeah. J25, we will be looking for a perfect entry for the buys according to M15, but we are going to look for that entry on M5, so that's why we left it on M5. J10, yes. Now I can sell. I think I can sell. Oh, M1 is not ready. M1, we can wait for M1 to give us that entry point, but we're going to sell J10, and it's going to be a sell according to M15 if it fails to break these highs. That is, if it fails to break these highs, this high to give us a new high, then we'll be entering sales to push us back according to M15. So let's wait. This entry is going to be according to M1. I'm going to wait for it all the way in M1 time frame. Now lastly is gold. I've told you we are likely to first see a buy, which is going to be like our manipulation kind of move, and then later we see a sell, and later we see a sell. So let's wait and see, but I've told you we need sales because that is a flag according to H1, but because of this being a flag, we know that this is going to happen. But since these guys know that we need to continue sales, they can easily manipulate you back and push back price inside that channel, and then later sales come when you have when they've already taken you out on no stop losses. So you just have to be very patient with this kind of a trade. But if it breaks out on this resistance trend line, immediately make your entries for the sales, because sales will be going all the way to this order block on H4. All right, that's it for today. I wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Remember, the subscription for VIP Signals platform is open. It's $15. If you want to pay in dollars, if you want to pay in UGX, it's 55K, and the information is on your screen. But also the registration for a mentorship class is also open for the August month, so you can register. $110. We only spend a month. The VIP, if you want to dictate your own time, to choose your own time for the class, that is the VIP package. You pay $300. Yeah, but if I'm giving you my own time, my own schedule, you pay $110, and then you join the rest of the guys in the class. I wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow same time. Bye bye.